Hi, I'm Paddycake, and this is my best friend, Brent. We've been besties for a while now, and one of the things we bonded over was our shared love of Madlibs. On Christmas a few years ago, Brent pitched the idea to me to create a show where we use AI art to accentuate the humor of Madlibs. 3 weeks later, we started filming, and we haven't stopped since. Through this project, we hope to share our weird humor and to highlight both the unexpected beauty and complete absurdity of AI-generated art. Welcome to MidJourney Madlibs. Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in and make yourself at home. My name is Paddycake, and welcome to Paddycake Games and another episode of MidJourney Madlibs. And with me, as always, is my best friend and co-host, Brent. How are you tonight? Oh, you're cold? Well, maybe these Madlibs will help warm you up. But anyway, we're not going to waste any time. You guys know how this works. We send each other Madlibs. We send each other the answers to go into those Madlibs. We then take those sentences. We run them through MidJourney. We create art. We get together. We show it to each other, and we laugh. And that's the show. And we hope you like it. And if you do like it, look down below the video. There's a button just for you. It's a thumbs up. It means you like the video. Right next to that is a subscribe button. If you click on that, that'll really help out the channel. And if you really want to be thorough, you can click the notification bell. That'll let you know when new videos get posted to the channel. Also, if you look in the description of the video, there's a bunch of cool stuff in there. There's links to a TikTok. There's a couple of, there's two TikToks. There's Twitter. There's an Instagram, and there's a Discord. That's the big one. Please join the Discord. That would be super fun. We have set up this whole Discord to have a community based around this show and based around the other things that are on my channel. We can talk about games. We can talk about AI art. We can talk about movies, TV shows, whatever. We can talk about whatever. We love interacting with people. So come join the Discord. Yeah. Yeah, no spoilers on TV shows, though, because there's some that we're still watching. But anyway, I'm first tonight. And I got a great
Precious
Madlib.
Bones.
Yes. No, I've got a great Madlib. It's called Precious Beans. And my art is in the style of Roy Lichtenstein. Roy Lichtenstein was born on October 27, 1923, to an upper-middle-class German-Jewish family in New York City. He was raised in the Upper West Side and attended public school until he was 12, then finished his education at New York's Dwight School, graduating in 1940. He first became interested in art and design as a hobby while in school. During his final year of high school, he enrolled in summer classes at the Art Students League of New York, where he worked under the tutelage of Reginald Marsh. He attended college at Ohio State University, where he intended to pursue a fine arts degree, but World War II had other plans, and Lichtenstein spent a 3-year stint in the Army, where he served as an orderly, draftsman, and artist. After serving in the Army, he returned to school, and after finishing his degree, Lichtenstein enrolled in the graduate program and was hired as an art instructor, a position he held off and on for the next 10 years. In 1949, he received a Master of Fine Arts degree from Ohio State. In 1961, Lichtenstein began his first pop paintings using cartoon images and techniques derived from the appearance of commercial printing. This phase would continue until 1965 and included the use of advertising imagery suggesting consumerism and homemaking. It was at this time that Lichtenstein began to find fame not just in America, but worldwide. He moved back to New York to be at the center of the art scene in 1964 to concentrate on his painting. Rather than attempt to reproduce his subjects, Lichtenstein's work tackled the way in which the mass media portrays them. He would never take himself too seriously, however, saying, "I think my work is different from comic strips, but I wouldn't call it transformation. I don't think that whatever is meant by it is important to art." When Lichtenstein's work was first exhibited, many art critics of the time challenged its originality. His work was harshly criticized as vulgar and empty. The title of a Life magazine article in 1964 even asked, "Is he the worst artist in the US?" Lichtenstein responded to such claims by offering responses such as the following: "The closer my work is to the original, the more threatening and critical the content. However, my work is entirely transformed in that my purpose and perception are entirely different. I think my paintings are critically transformed, but it would be difficult to prove it by any rational line of argument." Lichtenstein died of pneumonia on September 29, 1997, at New York University Medical Center, where he had been hospitalized for several weeks. He is survived by his second wife, Dorothy Herzga, and by his sons, David and Mitchell, from his first marriage. Most of Lichtenstein's best-known works are relatively close but not exact copies of comic book panels, a subject he largely abandoned in 1965, although he would occasionally incorporate comics into his work in different ways in later decades. He explored sculpture, film, albeit only once, and various other forms of artistic expression. However, none were ever as popular as his work from the early to mid-60s. Pop art continues to influence artists well into the 21st century, and Lichtenstein was one of the biggest contributors to that movement. So let's pay homage to that with my Madlib in the style of Roy Lichtenstein. Any crunk collector will tell you that the price of beanie fruit bats rises and tickles over time.
I didn't know what to expect, I knew. I wouldn't be disappointed.
I love the big giant bat ears. Oh, it's so
Who
great.
framed Billy Bat?
Here are the current values of these very wrinkly keepsakes. They're not very wrinkly. They're kind of holy. Porous. They're porous keepsakes. This
must be a zoom out.
Yeah, it's a zoom out. It was just the faces.
It's because it's wild.
Yeah, it was just the faces at first. So I zoomed it out to see what else it would give me. And it gave me all these cool waves and crap. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's weird and cool.
Yeah, it's very weird. Maybe
anyway.
It's salt and pepper shakers, and they just lay flat on your table, but then you dump them.
Yeah, it will put a lot out at once, though, 'cause that's a very large area of holes.
Yeah.
All right. So here is the first one. Chris with the beard, the platypus. Looks more like a duck, but that's okay.
I mean, if MidJourney ever actually gives us a real platypus, I may just have to quit. Because it's finally gotten boring at that point.
It really has trouble doing platypi. It really does. It just does not understand
I found another
the concept.
animal.
Oh, yeah? Which one?
It's an aardvark.
Oh, that's coming up. Spoilers, sorry. Only 72 of these sort of pinkish black critters were ever made.
Well, I can see why.
Right? They're not very interesting. Kind of weird. Little coronavirus balls.
They don't look like cuddly things at all.
No, like I said, they look like the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Owning one is extremely goofy. It's worth more than its weight in baggies. Oh, I can carry all my baggies. They're everywhere, even behind my head. And it's attached to my hair for some reason by a chain.
Baggies, lady, not bags, not purses, just little Ziplocs. But I love the art.
Oh, and no, it so nails his style. When it gets it right, it's so his style. It even has the little polka dots to do the shading like he did. Yeah, it's great.
No.
Iggy, the space giraffe. I have no idea what this is. But it was the only one that gave me so many weird things. There's like a face that's sitting on top of another face with a big open mouth. And then there's these ears, these giant sails on either side of the face that kind of look like ears.
This is
not
the most
even
this Beanie Baby I've ever seen.
It's not even remotely a giraffe.
It's a space giraffe. Clearly, they're not the same.
Sorry,
it's like
how
a
silly
giraffe, elephant, unicorn person.
I forgot that space giraffes were a totally different breed. Sorry. Unfortunately, a rise in confused knockoffs has made this critter lose its value. I'm taking your value away. I'm taking your value away.
I'm so concerned about that face. That mouth,
it's
all
so strange.
The stuff about it is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a very uncomfortable picture, and I saved this one. I haven't done it yet, but I saved this one separately because I want to pan down to find out what's below this, what the rest of this creature looks like. It may show up. It may show up on the Discord possibly. Candy the frog. I didn't get much more than just pictures of frogs with this one. I was hoping it would give me a frog made out of candy, but it never did. But this is the best out of all the frogs that I saw. I think it's really pretty, and all those little water droplets are really nicely put there. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, I dig it. I don't know if a frog's skin would beat up like that, but I do.
If you own a famous version of this frog with an olive green star on the tag, you might be a millionaire. Or you might not be.
Is that a frog?
I don't know. It looks kind of like a fish mouth. You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Magikarp.
It makes me think of Wonder Woman.
Well,
the opening credits of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, well, I mean, Roy Lichtenstein was famous for his pop art that was reminiscent of comic books. So it's like single panel comics. So it would look something like this. So this really nails his style as well, even though it's a weird animal face. And kind of a nondescript animal face because it's supposed to be a frog, but it kind of looks like a fish. All right, next one is Princess Danny the Bear. I love that.
Oh, that's excellent.
It's so great. It's Princess Danny the Bear. It's totally Princess Danny the Bear. Like, no question. I don't even know who that is, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, yep, that's Princess Danny the Bear.
What does the N stand for?
Well, it's Danny.
Oh, okay.
So this stuffed animal was made specifically to honor the life of the Princess of Andorra.
Was the Princess of Andorra a harlequin?
No, but it's a stuffed animal, so it actually took the prompt literally and made it a picture of a stuffed animal, which I thought was cool. But yeah, it's I can't quite figure out what this is actually supposed to look like, or what it's even supposed to be. Are those two arms?
It's a harlequin.
Like it's resting its hand on its chin like this, or is it a snake, like a checkerboard snake? It's all. I don't know. I can't tell. It's weird. It is currently worth over $12.
Wow. How much did you buy? Oh.
I was waiting for you to notice.
Well, it takes a minute for me to see it, interestingly enough. That is crazy. That's wild. It reminds me of like whenever you get cold and you tuck your arms inside of your shirt and then you like pull them out of your collar to do something and everyone's like, whoa.
And that's what I was going to ask. Is like, is her arm shoved inside of her shirt, or is that just actually her boob reaching out and touching her face? But that's the end of the main Madlib. Are you ready for the honorable mentions?
I can't wait because sometimes they're better than me.
Yeah. So the honorable mentions I have dubbed the Gallery of Regrettable Faces.
It's Anna Paquin with the blown pupil. Oh, that's epic.
This is interesting mixed media. A woman with a mustache, really thin mustache.
Is it a woman with a mustache, or is it
a man in drag? Yeah, it could be either. Could be either. Because there's not a lot of bustiness, so it could actually be a man in sort of a drag outfit. But also the neck piece, the part that goes around his neck, is quite obviously drawn. Obviously cartoon. The rest of it is actual photograph, which is interesting.
That's very compelling. Oh, that's not. Wow, that is like some Chucky shit right there, or stuff. Chucky. Oh. Why was I waiting for the next one so avidly?
Morbid curiosity, just like me. So this is like such a bizarre caricature, and it almost looks like a caricature of a drag queen.
Yeah. If that's not a space giraffe, I don't know what is. Wow. That is something else. Those lips,
It's almost like it's a mosaic. Like it's made out of different shaped tiles and stuff.
Like,
I remember what this one is. This is Candy the Frog.
This is the frog.
Yes.
Great. It's like, That's who E.T. was phoning.
He was phoning Candy the Frog. He had that olive green. He had that olive green star on the tag. He was worth $1 million. That is it. That is the end of my Madlib in the style of Roy Lichtenstein.
Well, we both have some iconic Madlibs today. That's all I got to tell you.
Well, before we get to your Madlib, we got to learn how to do something.
Frightened.
ChatGPT, how do I set a table?
I would be happy to share my knowledge on the subject. Even though I do not require food, I have studied the processes humans use to consume it. Begin by stacking all the plates in a precarious pyramid at the center of the table. The goal is to test the agility and coordination of your guests as they navigate around a leaning tower of plates. Instead of traditional floral arrangements, opt for a centerpiece made of uncooked spaghetti. Stand the spaghetti sticks upright in a vase and toss confetti around them for a visually baffling focal point. Arrange wine glasses in a Jenga tower formation. The challenge for your guests is to avoid knocking down the tower while pouring their drinks. If they succeed, they earn the Wine Glass Jenga Champion title. Cover the entire table with doilies, overlapping them in intricate patterns. Remember, there's no such thing as too many doilies. Guests will appreciate the lace overload as they try to locate their dinnerware. Set the utensils in a game-like fashion where each guest's fork and knife are placed randomly around the table. The challenge is for diners to swap utensils with others until they find their own. It's like a culinary version of a scavenger hunt. Fold napkins into the most elaborate origami shapes possible, from peacocks to ancient pyramids. The more complex, the better, even if your guests are too afraid to use them. As dinner is served, play a game of musical chairs to decide where guests sit. Whenever the music stops, they must grab a new seat, creating confusion and hilarity throughout the meal. Congratulations, you now have all the skills you need to impress at your next dinner party. You're welcome.
I'm going to venture to say that ChatGPT has backslidden slightly in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, need to do some more adjustments.
So last week, Patrick gave us a quiz to find out if I was a ghost. Or
That's true.
Any of your best friends were ghosts.
That's true.
Now I'm going to give y'all a quiz and find out if you're a mad scientist.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to need you to keep track of your answers.
Okay. Right,
And
I'm
I have
ready.
a very special format here. I'm very excited about. So anyway, now that we've got our quiz, are you a mad scientist? And this is in the style of Ray Harryhausen movies.
Ray Harryhausen was a pioneering American visual effects creator, animator, and filmmaker, best known for his groundbreaking work in stop-motion animation and special effects in fantasy films. Born in Los Angeles on June 29, 1920, Harryhausen's interest in animation and special effects began at a young age, specifically following when he saw the original King Kong film at the age of 12, which he watched many times. He began making his own models as a teen, and even got to meet the chief special effects technician for King Kong, pioneer model animator Willis O'Brien. O'Brien critiqued Harryhausen's early models and encouraged him to take classes in graphic arts and sculpture to improve his skills. On O'Brien's advice, and while still in high school, Harryhausen took evening classes at the brand new School of Cinematic Arts at USC, where he'd become a lecturer in the future. Harryhausen's career took off when he worked with his mentor, Willis O'Brien, on the stop-motion effects for the film Mighty Joe Young in 1949, which won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. This collaboration set the stage for Harryhausen's future achievements. Ray Harryhausen became renowned for his technique called Dynamation, a stop-motion animation process that allowed him to integrate animated creatures seamlessly into live-action footage. His most famous works include a series of fantasy films featuring mythological creatures, dinosaurs, and other fantastical beings. Some of his notable films include Jason and the Argonauts, The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and Clash of the Titans. One of Harryhausen's signature elements was the meticulous attention to detail in animating his creatures, bringing them to life with a sense of personality and authenticity. The iconic skeleton battle in Jason and the Argonauts remains a landmark achievement in stop-motion animation. Harryhausen's impact on the film industry is immeasurable. His innovative techniques inspired and influenced generations of filmmakers, including Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and Peter Jackson. His work also paved the way for the development of modern special effects in the area of computer-generated imagery, or CGI. Beyond his technical contributions, Harryhausen's legacy is one of imagination and creativity. His films not only entertained but also sparked a sense of wonder in audiences, showcasing the limitless possibilities of storytelling through visual effects. Ray Harryhausen's influence continues to be felt, and his name is synonymous with the artistry of stop-motion animation in the history of cinema. So now it's time to enjoy TxTygrr's Madlib in the style of Ray Harryhausen.
Okay, so now that you have an idea of what type of art Ray Harryhausen was responsible for, do you see how well these are already conforming?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just wait. Are you crazy about science? Do you go nuts for stupid experiments?
He's got a big old head.
And all of these things.
All the little creations, they're all like little miniatures, like what Ray Harryhausen would use. That's really cool.
Take this upside down quiz to find out if you're a mad scientist.
Okay. Oh my.
What the crap? Oompa Loompa.
Right. It's kind of Oompa Loompa. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know. I can see this as like a weird interpretation of like Santa's elves or something.
I feel like this is more Sid and Marty Krofft, if I'm being honest.
It really is. It really is. You're right.
Number 1. Your favorite saying is A, oh, Eureka, what did I do? B, it's downwind. Or C, this eternal experiment went exactly as liquefied.
Oh, Eureka, what did I do?
I love it. It looks like something out of the Twilight Zone, maybe even Star Trek TOS. This one down here I absolutely love it. It's downwind! And I think it's the cute little green one saying that, like, it's downwind! Little grin on his face. I like him a lot. And then
this eternal experiment went exactly as liquefied.
And they look like they have been working on it for a very
Yes,
long
they have.
Your lab always contains test tubes filled with maple syrup. B, aardvarks floating in jars. Or C, a few gold mice in cages.
Some of those maple syrups are an odd color. And boy, you weren't kidding. You were not kidding. It does not know what an aardvark looks like at all. Like those are not even close.
I mean, I could do a whole entire segment on unfortunate aardvarks or regrettable aardvarks.
But even like the question, like that little monster in the question, I can see that being a stop motion animated thing in a Ray Harryhausen film. That's really cool.
It's great. So next up, number 3. Your favorite thing to do at night is A, go to bed and have tangled dreams. B, laugh maniacally while bringing to life an evil harp. Or C, plan tomorrow's bag of weed work. I absolutely love these art pieces of art. They all really, really nailed their.
They did.
I mean, just like dead on. I didn't have to even really work very hard to decide which ones were making this. So yeah, your favorite thing to do at night is him, and then there's that. Those Tangled Dreams are excellent. It looks as if this thing is the harp.
Yeah, that one's the one I like the most. Laughing maniacally while bringing to life an evil harp. That is a really cool piece of artwork there. Plan tomorrow's bag of weed work.
I'm just one of Ray Harryhausen's monsters. All right, here we go. If you answered, do you have your answers?
Yes, I do.
If you answered mostly bees, guess what? You're a tight scientist.
Okay. I am not a tight scientist because I didn't answer B at all on any of them. Oh wow, that's cool.
This.
All the little miniature things around him, they kind of look like things that Harryhausen would have made. Yeah, it's cool. That's cool.
Go put on your long white wristband and experiment in your sweaty laboratory.
Well, it's a long white wristband. It certainly is exactly what it is.
If you answered mostly A's and C's,
which I did,
you're better off as a dance instructor. I absolutely love this. So great. And she also has on her long white wristband, so she don't know what she does,
right?
But I love the dancing skeleton dinosaur things.
With their and I guess like she's teaching invisible skeletons to dance because there's just
I don't know,
like the bottom half of their legs are showing.
And this is our honorable mentions. Up top, are you crazy about science? Do you go nuts for stupid experiments? This was one where I had a prompt and then ran it through Harryhausen. These are some aardvarks in jars.
Those are not aardvarks.
Clearly kangaroos.
Those are clearly kangaroos or wallabies.
And do you know what this one is?
It's a dog. I don't know what the prompt is, but it's a dog.
Your lab always contains.
Oh, so you put a lab. That's clever.
I was like, you gotta be kidding. That's awesome. I kept trying to figure out why these dogs kept showing up, and then it finally clicked.
Nicely done, MidJourney. Nicely done.
Take this upside down quiz to find out if you're a mad scientist. Okay. Stanley Tucci.
Right? And is the thing pointing at his head, or is that attached to his head?
I'm not sure.
Oh my God!
Is, Eureka! What did I do?
Oh my Lord! Looks like it's something from the TV show Dinosaurs.
It's so Ray Harryhausen though.
Oh, it totally is. It totally is.
Oh, Eureka!
Wow!
What did I do?
Look at those feet!
My feet.
What the hell? That's some crazy feet. Oh my God. No, so here's the thing. We always kind of make fun of the guys that we see that are barrels on toothpicks because they work out the upper part of their body, but they never touch their legs. Guys,
taking it to an extreme.
Well, I'm just giving you fair warning. I'm giving this is a public service announcement to all the guys out there that work out their upper body and ignore their legs. This is what you look like. Fix it.
Awesome. All right. This eternal experiment went exactly as liquefied.
Oh, did it? Because it doesn't look like it. You look really terrified.
It doesn't look good at all. Well, you are a mad scientist.
If Ray Harryhausen did Jaws, this is what it would look like.
Red shark. Your lab always contains.
Oh, it's another lab. Oh, nice.
In a lab.
Yeah, a lab in a lab, so it interpreted both ways. How cool.
And it's great. This looks like Adam Ellis here.
Right, it does. That dog is so pretty. He's so pretty.
Can you guess what this might be?
No, that is weird.
This is aardvarks.
Those are. Oh, wow. Wow, it really doesn't know what an aardvark is.
It really doesn't know. I got some Tasmanian devils. I got some possums. Would you like to see a few gold mice in cages?
Sure. I would love to see some gold mice in cages. Oh, those mice have some big back legs.
They have the big front legs. Those are space giraffe mice. Oh, your favorite thing to do at night is
dress like a monkey and go out and punch people.
That is great, though.
That's wild. I love that. That's it.
I had to put that. That does have a lot of pictures, but I was like, oh.
Oh, that was great, though.
Some of the honorable mentions were so good.
Hey, Brent. You know there's only one thing stopping us from reaching the halfway point of the season. Do you know what it is?
2 episodes.
Spinning the wheel! That's right, it's time to spin the wheel to find out what our word themes are going to be like in next week's episodes of MidJourney Madlib. So I'm going to spin the wheel 4 times.
Mid-nerdy!
We're at the midway point in the journey, because once we do this, we'll be at the midway point of the season. So I'm going to spin it 4 times, twice for me and twice for Brent. That's going to tell us what our word themes will be next week. And then next time we do word themes, it's going to refill the wheel to 12, and then we'll go through them again. All right. My first word theme is going to be QWERTY. All right, so that means I go down the keyboard. QWERTYUIOP. Yeah, it's fun.
Yes, it's fun. Very fun. I like those.
All right, and your first word theme is going to be seasonal. Seasonal. So this is one of the 4 seasons. I think we agreed last season when we had this one that it was the current season, and then the next time we get it, it'll be the next season. So it should be winter, and then the next time it comes up, it'll be spring. So winter words.
Well, it's not winter yet, but the Madlib will be winter.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. My second word theme of the week will be couplets. I get couplets this time. And Brent's word theme will be, gee, I wonder what it will be. It will be a trip to the zoo. Big shock there. All right, so there we go. Those are our 4 word themes for next week's episode of MidJourney Madlibs.
So winter at the zoo.
Winter at the zoo. And mine is QWERTY couplets.
That sounds like a...
Sounds fun. QWERTY couplets.
QWERTY couplets! Okay, so I didn't get either of the ones that I was calling out, but hey, it doesn't matter because they're all fun.
Yeah, and it'll get refilled, so maybe you'll get it in the second half of the season.
A lot of times last season we got the opposites on the backside. So
that's true.
Cool.
That's true.
Anyway, so we have learned a terrible way to host a dinner party, and have seen 2 iconic artists with hilarious pictures. I know I have flooded y'all with visual images, but he was just so amazing, and I know how much Patrick and I both like his art and the stuff that we grew up with him, and so yeah, we gushed a bit.
Yeah,
but. Next week we don't have themes. We don't have art themes. We have our word themes. So come back and see us then. But of course, don't forget to like us, please. Subscribe. That's even more important. And also watch us.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.
Like and subscribe.
algorithm demands it.